Who innovated the prohibition of the Muta of Hajj, and who opposed that innovation? Sahih Sunan al-Nasa'i for Al-Albani, Volume 2, Maktabat al-Ma'arif, page 268. Ibn Abbas said, I heard Umar say, I swear by Allah that I forbid you from mut'ah, and it's actually in Allah's book, and the Messenger of Allah performed it. He meant the Umrah in the Hajj. Al-Albani said the chain of this narration is sahih. Musnad Ahmad, Part 5, Mu'assasat al-Risala, page 228. From Sa'id ibn Jubair that he said, Ibn Abbas said the Prophet did mut'ah. Urwa ibn Zubair said Abubakr and Umar forbade mut'ah. Ibn Abbas said, what is little Urwa saying? He said he is saying Abubakr and Umar prohibited mut'ah. Ibn Abbas replied, I see they will be destroyed. I tell them the Prophet said, and they tell me Abu Bakr and Umar prohibited it. Shu'aib al-Arnaut said the chain is weak because Sharik is forgetful. It is understandable that forgetful people might mix things up, but would they invent totally new events out of thin air? I would leave this up to you to decide. Musnad Ahmad, Part 26, page 28. From Abi Ishaq bin Yasar that he said, we were in Mecca, then Abdullah ibn Zubayr prohibited the mut'ah of Umrah to the Hajj, and he denied that the people did it in the time of the Prophet. This news arrived to Ibn Abbas, so Ibn Abbas said, what does Ibn Zubayr know about this? Let him go back to his mother Asmaa, the daughter of Abu Bakr, and ask her whether Al-Zubayr came back halal to her and she halal to him. When the news arrived to Asma, she said, may Allah forgive Ibn Abbas. He said a shameful thing. By God, he said the truth. They were halal and we were halal, and they rightfully got the women. Shu'aib al-Arnaut said, the chain is Hasan, meaning it's good. Musnad Ahmad, Part 3, pages 93 and 94. From Muhammad bin Abdullah bin Al-Harith bin Nawfal bin Abdul Muttalib that he said, I heard Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas and Al-Dhahhak ibn Qais in the year of the Hajj of Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan, and they were mentioning the mut'ah of Umrah to the Hajj. Dhahhak said, no one does that except the one who is ignorant of the laws of God. Sa'ad said, what a bad thing you said, my nephew. Al-Dhahhak ibn Qais replied, but Umar ibn al-Khattab prohibited it. Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas replied, the Prophet did it and we did it with him. Shu'aib al-Arnaut said the chain is Hasan. Musnad Ahmad, Part 35, pages 205 and 206. From Al-Hasan that he said, Umar wanted to forbid the mut'ah of the Hajj. So Ubay told him, you cannot do that. We did mut'ah with the Messenger of Allah, and he did not stop us from doing it. Umar ignored this matter, and then he went and tried to prohibit some clothing that gets tanned by urine. So Ubay told him, you cannot do that. The Prophet wore them and we put them on in his time. Shu'aib al-Arnaut said, the narrators are trustworthy. They are the narrators of Bukhari and Muslim. Musnad Ahmad, Part 1, page 426. From Ibrahim bin Abi Musa that he said, Abi Musa was allowing mut'ah. Then a man told him, wait a minute with your fatwa. You don't know what Amir al-Mu'mineen has innovated. Then I met Umar, so I asked him about it, and Umar replied, I knew that the Prophet did it, but I hated to see them go to their women and then come to the Hajj with their heads dripping with water. Shu'aib al-Arnaut said, the chain of it is sahih on the condition of Muslim. Musnad Ahmad, Part 1, pages 463 and 464. From Sa'id ibn al-Musayyab that he said, Uthman went to the Hajj, and when he was in the way, Ali was informed that Uthman was forbidding the mut'ah of Hajj. Ali told his companions, if you see him going, you go as well. Ali and his companions did the mut'ah, but Uthman did not forbid them. So Ali asked Uthman, wasn't I informed that you were forbidding the mut'ah? He said yes. So Ali said, Didn't you hear that the Prophet performed mut'ah? Uthman replied, yes. Shu'aib al-Arnaut said, this narration is Hasan due to others. Sahih Muslim, Volume 1, Dar Taiba, Book of Hajj, page 561. From Sa'id ibn al-Musayyab that he said, Ali and Uthman gathered in Usfan, and Uthman was forbidding the mut'ah. So Ali said, what do you want from an action that the Messenger of Allah did, going and forbidding the people from doing it? Uthman said, leave us from you. Ali said, I cannot leave you. After seeing this, Ali took the people with him and continued the procedure with them. The strange phenomena that we notice here is that the Sunni schools of thought were not consistent in regards to the two mut'ahs. Even though Umar forbade both mut'ahs, they only accepted and applied his prohibition of the marriage mut'ah. However, when it came to the Muta of Hajj, they ignored his prohibition and rejected that part of his verdict. They are unanimous on the permissibility of the Hajj mut'ah until today. This is confirmed in the words of the prominent Sunni scholar Al-Nawawi, as he said in his book Al-Majmu' Al-Irshad Library, Part 7, page 143, Chapter of Hajj, section on the opinions of the scholars on Ifrad, Muta of Hajj and Quraan. We mentioned that our opinion is the permissibility of all three of them, and this is what the scholars of the Sahaba and Tabi'een and those who came after them have said, except for what was established in the two sahihs from Umar and Uthman that they were forbidding it. Another important point is that Umar's verdict in his famous sermon was to stone those who practice mut'ah marriage. This was mentioned in Sahih Muslim Volume 1, pages 555-556. He said, whenever I see a man marrying a woman to a specified period of time, I would stone him. So if we say that Umar was not saying his own opinion here, but he was actually communicating the Prophet's commandment, then why was Umar's verdict of stoning ignored by the Sunni schools of thought? Why was his verdict partially applied and not taken in its entirety, nor rejected in its entirety? What is the secret in this particularity and selectiveness?